Many of you have heard of the 49ers football star Colin Kaepernick and his protest of the national anthem and the American flag. And many of you have heard all the backlash that he's receiving because of the fact that he has his views and his certain stance on all the police brutality that has been going on. He is quoted saying, "This is not something that I'm going to run by anybody," Kaepernick told NFL.com. "I am not looking for approval. I have to stand up for people that are oppressed. If they take football away, my endorsements from me, I know that I stood up for what is right." This has sparked so much outrage that it even caught Donald Trump's attention, and he basically responded to the whole case by saying that, well, Kaepernick, if you don't like it here in America, then you should just leave. Here's the audio of Donald Trump's comment.
49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick refusing to stand for the anthem. He talked about both you and Hillary in his comments yesterday. Had bad things to say about both you and Hillary. You following that story at all?
Well, I have followed it, and I think it's personally not a good thing. I think it's a terrible thing, and he'll maybe he should find a country that works better for him. Let him try.
America has a dark history of hindering and raping and mistreating black people. This has been a part of American history since black folks were brought here on slave ships up to the current age that we're in now, the 21st century. Back in the day, it was seen as a problem to white people when black folks spoke out against all the injustices that were going on back then. And now in the 21st century, it seemed as a problem when black people feel like they shouldn't be getting gunned down because of the fact that they're black. What is up with white Americans? It's like they refuse to do any kind of soul searching whatsoever to investigate whether or not they are the ones with the problem as it relates to the topic of all the wrong that have been done on the earth and to black people here in America. America is so star-spangled awesome that people get homicidally freaking angry whenever anyone just as much as fix the muscles in their mouth to speak against any of the wrong or injustices that happens here in this place. It amazes me that Kaepernick simply refused to stand up for the anthem and for the flag's sake, and you got all these people tripping out, all these death threats and all this terrible stuff, all these homicidal wishes that white folks have because of the fact that he don't have respect for the American flag. Look at these comments people had posted on social media in regards to his protest. Look at this crap. All the man did was refuse to stand up for a freaking song anthem, and you have white people that want him dead or physically harmed for not standing up. Just look at this freaking garbage. This is America, y'all. I don't know why white people get so freaking mad over this kind of crap. And then you try to justify young kids like Tamir Rice getting shot down in the streets. Y'all got this severe cognitive dissonance when it comes down to what you deem as important here in America. White people will basically say that you're full of the devil and that you're just so full of hate and that you're just so wicked. And they'll get so angry at you for not pledging allegiance to a flag. And then they'll just look at Tamir Rice getting shot down in the streets like that's no big deal. It's like, what in the satanic freaking Satan is wrong with you people? Let's look at Tomi Lahren's comments on the Kaepernick case. She claims that there's no real evidence to back up all the lingo about the fact that police officers are going around killing black people, and not just police officers, but just random white civilians that are harming black elders, black men, black women, black children. To which my reply is, look at the news! There has been hundreds of cases over the past year that involved a black man, black woman, child, or elderly person that was mistreated or wrongfully killed by a white police officer or a white civilian. And guess what? The black man, woman, elderly, or child's history is always brought up.
A 70-year-old black man was gunned down by officers, but it turns out that he had a suspended license 40 years ago, so he was a freaking thug that deserved to be put down. Oh, there was a 10-year-old black kid that was recently killed by police officers, but it turns out that when he was 3 years old, that he got angry and he threw a fit and he spit up in his babysitter's face. So he was a freaking thug that deserved to be put down. Oh, you're suspicious of this case? Well, you're a freaking reverse racist.
If the white man or officer that has wrongfully killed this black victim, he is never put into question and he basically gets off scot-free, or he does minimal time in jail, or even I've even seen some cases where people ended up getting probation for the wrong that they've done. White people are the only people who I see that get probation for all the wicked, crazy, heinous crimes that some of them do. You should never get probation for some of the crimes that I see white people committing. I mean, it was recently a case where, well, it was recently a couple of cases where you had young white men who were definitely above the age of consent. They were over 18 years old, so that technically they were legal adults. But they went out and they raped some people and they got off because the judge wanted to have compassion on it. But yet had there been a little 12-year-old black boy who stole a pack of Skittles or a candy bar or something, you'd be saying grown black male stole some candy from the store and then he looked aggressive and mean when he did it, so we had to freaking kill him, and you know, rest in peace, but you know, he was a freaking thug and he deserved it. Y'all are psychotically deranged and completely cold-hearted in your judgment. And Tommy Lauren, for you to be a so-called journalist, you suck at keeping up with the news. Anyway, the lives of black people are less important than a piece of cloth, aka the American flag, or a freaking song, aka the American national anthem. That's like a bully walking up to a kid and then knocking his teeth right the heck out of his face, down his throat, and then telling the kid to smile. He got all this blood dripping out of his mouth. You're telling the kid to smile, and then when the child doesn't smile at you, aka the bully, then the bully turns around and looks at the kid and he gets all offended and angry, like, I can't believe he's not smiling. I told him to smile about it and he's all mad at me for punching him in the teeth. You're a freaking racist. You're full of hate. And then white folks always tell black people to just freaking leave America, as if it's just that easy to just get up and buy a plane ticket and a passport and then just hightail it out of America to Africa. And like you have the freaking right to even tell somebody to be leaving America. I mean, last I checked, y'all aren't natives to America either, so y'all should be leaving as well. Y'all telling other people to leave America. Y'all got immigration policies and crap. Well, y'all would have felt funny back then if the freaking Native Americans had immigration policies. Y'all telling people to leave when y'all need to be going back to the Caucasus Mountains. This ain't your country either, white people. So Donald Trump, Tommy Lauren, George Zimmerman, Bill O'Reilly, y'all need to leave America too. Many Americans are just simply retarded. Notice I said many, I didn't say all. I do realize that not every last single freaking white person on the earth is hateful, or that they feel the way that I've described certain people in this video. But if the shoe fits, wear it. Anyway, share this video, subscribe.